I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council, and without you. Stay here any longer. Not now. I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council, and without you. Stay here any longer. Not now. I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council, and without you. Stay here any longer. Not now. I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council, and without you. have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you.
For generations, a Dyad in the Force.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I was going to say, to the high ground.
Yes.
Welcome to Dyad in the Force. I am Darth Choco. Your
Dyad?
dang it, I can't. No, I was gonna use this slaying haters like Lord Vader here, and happy to talk. We're gonna jump into it today because we got some interesting news, some cool things to talk about. Specifically, we're gonna talk about that news about how themes from the Rangers of the New Republic might be getting folded over into The Mandalorian. We're going to talk about, Taika's stuff a little bit. We're going to talk a bit about Kevin Feige and what we're finding out about Ahsoka. I'm excited. Anything, what's got you in a tizzy?
Less a tizzy and more of like a frenzy. I know everyone, this is Thanksgiving week. Everyone's been really busy. First of all, welcome to Dyad in the Force, episode 54. Hello, Julia, St. Pat, Malik, Pi, Darthman86, Kenny, St. Pat again. Welcome back to the show, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I know everyone's busy, and we're just kind of trying to, have like a chill stream. What's up, Bernov Lakovsky? Thank you for tuning in.
Bernov, I was actually just chatting with him. There's having a very wholesome chat about our feelings about the sequel trilogy. So
Give me
yeah,
a skinny on that one really quickly.
There's no skinny. Bernov is a new friend, and hopefully it takes care of a community of people who are like the people here in this chat, the people we try to look out for. We're not called Dyad in the Force for no reason. We're always trying to bring the balance back to the Force, because it's been the dark times have gone on too long.
There's a certain amount of light and dark in the both of us, and the different platforms bring it out of us. Choco's the light side on TikTok. I'm somewhat of the dark side. Actually, we're both kind of dark side on Twitter, so I'm not even gonna try to.
But we're still both light side on TikTok too.
That's true.
But I guess it's like a comparative statement. But we do have dark and light when it comes to us portraying things from Rush Hour.
Yeah. Specifically.
Got my egg rolls.
Oh hell no. You just told everyone. Well, I forget that quote, so I'm not gonna actually say it. But
so they will torture us for 3 days. 3 days, I can handle that.
And they will cut off our egg rolls.
Cut off our egg rolls. Hell no.
Let me bring up the music really quickly so you guys can chill to it. There you go. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? How was yours, Choco?
It was good. I did not get anywhere near done as I would have liked to, but that's a byproduct of other people wasting my time.
DePaul super chatted $5, dropping some love.
Hey, DePaul. Shout out to DePaul for dropping the $5 ramen dropping some love. DePaul, you can say more than that. Come on. Leave us some messages the next time you super chat. Say something profound. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to me. Say something. Jedi Master DePaul, awesome dude. Check out Conspiracy Cantina. Always like to shout him out. No, we don't shout him out because of the ramen drops, but we just love the community, and awesome podcast as well.
Absolutely. Pi says, everything in life needs balance, and I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving week is still going for some of us. My sister and my brother-in-law are visiting. We had this whole like thing planned out this week for like days of Thanksgiving, but unfortunately my nephew on my brother's side got COVID. Now it's not really
laugh. It's just sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I had COVID, so like I know how much it ruins your plans.
Yeah, it's nothing serious. He's asymptomatic and he's just running around still, just playing, and they're isolating, but it really threw a foil in our plans to kind of, hang out and as a family and get together, but it is what it is, and so how is everybody else's Thanksgivings? We want to hear about everyone else's Thanksgiving as well. Let's see here. Malik says, next time I appear, me and Choco gotta do Bad Boys. Is that it?
Okay, I'm down with that. Wait. Which one of us is Mike?
Rush Hour is a great movie series. I hope that they get better soon. I'm pretty sure he's gotten better. He's there again. His name's Sebastian, and he tested positive, but he has no symptoms whatsoever, and he's not feeling
Lucky
it.
duck.
Yeah, and that's probably because they I think 2 weeks ago got vaccinated.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Students keep emailing me, and I need them to stop. Why? You're the teacher. Can I start emailing you, Julia? for unknown reasons. I'm just gonna be like, what is the profound nature of the cycle of marshmallows?
I kind of feel like the relationship though between like student and teacher is one to where like when it's Thanksgiving break, you're like, you do you, this is my time, like,
yeah.
Like it truly is in the bathtub with a bottle of wine, like it's mama time, like go you guys go play. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Pi says Thanksgiving was trying, cooked all day and night, but ended up sleeping through the dinner. Oh. That sounds like man, I hate when I sleep through something that I've been looking forward to. It's rough.
Did you at least get to eat some pie? I mean, it's his name.
That's true.
Sorry.
Burnoff says, I wish them the best. Thank you for the wishes, Burnoff. And welcome to the community. You might have been in part of the community for a while, but at the very least, I don't know you, and you are now friends with Choco, so now I know you. Through the Dyad.
With thumbs wide open. Sorry, I will never sing Creed again. I apologize.
Apparently Twitch it doesn't want to work, so we're just gonna read off comments. Malik says was great, saw a lot of fam, had some great food, watched Jurassic Park as a family. Right on, Jurassic Park. That's always a great movie to fall back on during the holidays. My nephews before he got sick and before the family couldn't come over, we were on a Harry Potter binge, and that reminds me that Choco needs to continue his. I believe you were okay, so you saw Sorcerers and then you saw Chamber, right? So you're on Prisoner.
Yeah. The Prisoner of Azkaban.
So we definitely need to schedule that sooner rather than later for all of our members to come watch along with Choco. It's his first Harry Potter viewing. I get to take breaks too, Pep. Okay, Julia. I was just busting, that's all. Ain't nothing wrong with taking breaks. St. Pat spent Thursday with a small intimate gathering and just spent the day with some more family having lunch and hanging out. That's always the best thing, right? You don't really want something too big. Kind of just chill with the fam. Look at your phones and not pay attention to each other lest you talk about politics. Burnoff doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I went to the mall with my brother to look for Christmas gifts. Right on, right on. Thanksgiving was good, X-Core says. Last bit of free time before a new job starts. Oh, I forgot about that. Congratulations on the new job.
Nice. Hopefully it's a step up in the right direction. And yeah, although I'm still waiting for you to make a smithing channel.
Hold on.
X-Core Gamersmith?
X-Core Gamersmith?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Right. Hold on. I hope I don't ever eat dog. Pi is a K-pop idol. Dog is okay. So hold on. Is that Jisoo's dog? No, that's Dagon. Right? Dagon. Who's Pi? Is Pi Rosé's dog? I know. I remember Pi. Yoo-hyun. Oh my gosh. I'm here thinking like Blackpink, and Pi is like all-star Dreamcatcher Somnia. Thanks for tuning into to Dyad and the Force.
All I know is that there is a famous Korean dog whose tail is blue, I think, and its name means lettuce.
I'm not familiar with that dog. How did you find the channel, Pi? Are you watching from Watching Sundays, or from my K-pop K-drama channel, or were you a Dyad high ground fan first, and then you were just like, hey, I like K-pop too? Let me know what the situation is. Also, you heard that alert from DePaul, right?
Yeah, I did hear it.
I'm just checking. I followed your channel from Watching Sunday a week ago. Right on. Cross-platform transition. I love it. You like Star Wars and you like K-pop, and your name is named after Yoo-hyun's dog. That's amazing.
What's up, Luke? Luke Padawan's podcast. Check out Padawan's podcast every Friday.
Yeah.
Didn't get the chance to check y'all out yesterday because I got busy, but always cool. And also we have Connor in the chat, Jordy Jedi, who sometimes streams with Legos. Was it last time?
There it is.
I saw that. I saw a little bit late.
There's Twidget Widget. Okay.
Earth Productions.
Yeah. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Connor. What's up, Connor? You started streaming games. I love it. Streaming that Minecraft. Did you catch Connor's stream?
I tried to. I
How dare you?
I missed it.
Okay, so let's move on to our first little fun thing that we have planned for this chill show. We're gonna take the quiz, Bounty Hunter Thanksgiving. Which bounty hunter would you invite to your Thanksgiving dinner? And I have the link for everyone here, if you guys didn't take it yet.
And real quick, Padawan's podcast is on Thursday nights. Why did I think it was Friday night? Like, I've gone on, I want to say twice, both on Fridays. So I don't believe it's my fault, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
It really doesn't matter what you believe, though, because it is your fault.
True. I said it, and I was wrong, so whatever.
All right, you can take your own...
Hold on. He says it used to be. It used to be. So I was operating on past data.
Roger that. Okay, so it's partially your fault. Okay, so this is the quiz we're taking right now, guys. The link is in the chat. Let us know your results in the chat. And Choco, are you ready to take it?
Let's go.
Who is hosting your Thanksgiving celebration this year?
I smile at that picture now. After
You're my best friend, bro.
that's just how I see it.
It's always the parents. Everybody comes back to the parents. What did you choose?
Friends.
Okay. How will you travel?
I've been out on my own for a long time, you know?
Yeah. How will you travel to the event? It's at my house.
Definitely car.
What's the main course? It's turkey. Well, it was turkey this year. But we usually...
But ham is up there.
Oh yeah. It was turkey this year, and when my brother comes over, they bring the ham. Let's see. Pi got IG88. Okay. Choose a side to make. I usually make mashed potatoes or stuffing. Mashed potatoes.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I usually make mashed potatoes or stuffing. I chose mashed potatoes.
Right on. And dessert. We made pecan pie actually this year, but I usually make pumpkin pie as well. What's going on?
So this year we got pecan pie.
You normally make pumpkin? You guys are seeing this Dyad thing live, guys.
Pick an activity before the meal, helping in the kitchen.
Hold on one second. Pecan pie. I'll choose. Pick an activity. Helping in the kitchen, as always. When you know how to cook and people ask you to help, you gotta do it. You can't be like, you can't, give the job to someone who doesn't know how to cook. Bernov got Dinjarin and wanted Bosk. Oh. Alright, Podwan's got IG88 as well. A lot of IG88. Music's tad bit loud? Okay. I will fix that for you, Conor.
Afterwards comes my nap. Actually, I don't usually get to take naps. It's kind of rare.
I like to play games, but I usually end up washing the dishes. Dang! Pick an activity after the meal. Something you do: clear the table, wash the dishes, and to play a game. Those are the sequence of events.
Yeah, I chose wash dishes.
How's the music level now, Connor? I'm gonna go with playing a game. What will you wear to dinner? Pants with an elastic waist. Yes, pants with an elastic waist. What quality makes an ideal holiday guest?
Friendly.
Yeah.
Followed by quiet.
Followed by clean for me. I can handle someone that's not quiet. That's when the dark side comes out. The music is a bit overpowering. Oh, the music is good now? Man, I can't with the delay. Which one is the truth? Finally, who would you say is your favorite Star Wars character? Where's Luke? I guess I'll pick Grogu for now.
I went with Vader. I got IG88.
I got Din Djarin. Din Djarin gang.
Dang. Bernard, if you said you wanted Bosk, I'm trying to picture if you invited Bosk over for dinner.
How would that go?
And he's just a giant lizard. I feel like his eating habits might, but who knows? He could be totally polite and very you know, I'm just picturing him like tearing into a turkey like a velociraptor. That's just me.
Okay, yeah. If there's anybody else with results that you haven't shared yet, please share it in the chat so we can see how your Thanksgiving is going to be ruined, I guess.
Hey, Galactic Mermaid in the chat. Try to answer this as a non-American. It was just way too hard. Where are you?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Galactic Mermaid.
Sometimes it's really difficult being a dyad because I'm just like, where? And then you're like, where are you from? All right.
Boss claims the entire turkey as his own, and he claims it for the game master. Isn't that who they worship?
Brazil. Oh, okay, right on. Sending love to Brazil.
This is Brazil. Sorry, I have to quote Fast and Furious when the opportunity arises. It's a legal thing.
If we have Boba Fett, at Thanksgiving,
he just doesn't get to cook. I don't want disintegrated turkey.
What's the trailer quote? Others ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
Yeah. I haven't heard any people mad at that, by the way, because I feel like
it is a swing, isn't it?
Well, it's so out of character, right?
Considering the last we've heard of him was
no disintegrations.
Yeah, his
Java rules with fear. I rule with disintegrations. They're related.
His character in Empire Strikes Back, into Return of the Jedi, was a very clear direction. They're not worth much to me alive or dead, you know. Even though he wasn't really a bad guy, he had his like strict code, and you know, the last. I think his introduction in Mandalorian was more of the out of character thing, and then it kind of dovetailed into what we know of him now, you know?
Yeah, I'm not complaining because I like character growth, and I understand that, you know, after near-death experiences or chilling in a sarlacc and 5 years after being pronounced dead, you might have a change of heart on certain things. Just calling it out.
Can you do a BuzzFeed "What Jedi Are You" quiz? Can you? I think we've already done this, but can you link it in the chat, Connor? And we will do that if it turns out we haven't done it already. But moving on to the next topic, Rangers of the New Republic. The last we heard of this, of course, was some unconfirmed reports that it was not in active development. And it seems like due to, and we're going to take a lot of talking points that we have today from this Empire interview. It seems that in the latest issue of Empire, the which one? The January issue? That's coming out? No, right?
No. The episode the one that just came out with Book of Boba Fett as like the main topic.
Yeah, in this interview, Kathleen Kennedy basically says that they had not written a script yet for Rangers of the New Republic, and she is sure. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm trying not to misquote. She is sure that they will see a lot of those stories in the future shows and in the future of Mandalorian. So I'm assuming that the interpretation of that quote is that they're going to take the stories that they had planned for Rangers of the New Republic, and we're gonna see it in like Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett. I feel like since they didn't have a script for it, they were kind of prepared to kind of just let it fall by the wayside.
Well, I mean, my interpretation of it, and again, just purely interpretation, but contrary to some belief, these things are pretty well planned out. So, like the history and things of the New Republic and how things got from where they were to where we saw them in the sequel trilogy was a whole thing. Like that has been, at least broad strokes planned out. Now, I'm sure we're going to see some of that, pitched in Rangers of the New Republic, meaning like, hey, these are the big points that we want to hit to send things in a certain direction. That's probably how the show was pitched.
Yeah.
So those items would have still happened in Star Wars canon regardless. So it doesn't matter where they show it. But here's one thing I really do want to come out of this. And I'm going to go on a little bit of rant here, so I apologize. I guess it's not really a rant, but can we please drop the narrative that Gina Carano got fired?
I've been trying to. I mean, I'm going to make a video on it myself, but think about it this way. Her story in The Mandalorian was done. In her interview with Ben Shapiro, she even says that they were in talks of doing a different show, and those talks ultimately fell. They didn't go. It didn't come into fruition. You can't get fired from something you don't do. You know what I mean? Like if I say, "Hey, I might be doing this in the future. Love to have you on board for it," and I don't do it, you're not fired. I just didn't do it. You know? I mean, it's basic. It's basic practice in contracting. If you're a 1090 worker and, like if you have a 1-year contract with a company and you've worked your 1 year of service and they don't hire you full time afterwards, you weren't fired. You just weren't rehired, And, I guess they didn't see. Let's just say the timing was convenient for Lucasfilm.
Yeah, and Lucasfilm's, what they said when they were reached out to about it was, I believe this is the exact quote, is that she's not currently employed by us and we have no plans to employ her in the future.
Yeah.
So you can't. All I'm saying is you can't be fired from a job you don't have.
Right.
But the reason I say this and go off on this kind of a rant here is because people use this firing as like a sticking point for certain things. You see them quoting it in the YouTube videos, and if it didn't happen, like it's just a weird thing to be mad at.
Yeah. Also, it's hard to get fired when like you're not actually hired in the film industry. You get a role through an agency, right? So you're not technically an employee most of the time. You probably are an employee if you work for Lucasfilm. You're in their offices and you're working and you're producing and stuff like that. But usually the cast and crew, the film crew, all of that, the grips and the people who work on these productions are contracted when it happens.
Yeah. And then to answer Log Branch's question in chat, says, wasn't she going to be in the movie? So that it was going to be a series, and the series isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So if a movie doesn't get made, it's not like you got fired off the set. Like if the story, like it wasn't even written yet.
X-Core says, big thanks for saying Lucasfilm, not Disney. Well, I'll tell you what, is because we're talking about Lucasfilm. And I agree with you, Core. Like,
it's Lucasfilm when I like it, and it's Disney when I don't like it.
Right. Or it's Favloni when I like it and Kennedy when I hate it, right?
Favloni sounds like a delicious sandwich.
We try to be as neutral as possible when reporting on news, and even then, like when we are commenting on said stuff, it comes from Lucasfilm. And when we're talking about MCU, we don't talk Disney. We talk Marvel. They own these companies. Yes, that is the truth of the matter. But at the end of the day, these companies have some autonomy as to what they do. Right? They just report to the higher up at the end of the day. The buck stops with Disney, but these companies are doing their own thing. Okay, I see that link.
Sorry if I brought the energy down. I just had to say it because it bugs me every time. Because, you know, yes, Star Wars by its nature is inherently political, but I just hate when people misrepresent actual things that happen in order to start some type of like fight or whatever. It's so weird.
Oh, by the way, I made it to Star Wars Acer's trivia contest that he's having on like one of his lives, and he has it so that like the name is anonymously generated for you. I got every single question right and like trounced everyone, and he's like, "Who is this guy?" And I was like, "Sorry, that was me." And then the second round, I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I used to do that to him too. That's funny.
All right, so here's do you have this quiz opened up that Connor linked?
I do.
All right, let's do this real quick, and then we'll talk about Hawkeye, and then we'll move on to the other stuff that we have planned for the episode. So really quickly, a bounty hunter on the run has taken a princess hostage at Blaster Point. You have a contingent of clone troopers at your disposal. What do you do? I'm probably going to bound forward, dodging blaster fire and decapitate. I'm gonna like Mace Windu this thing. What's up, Brian with the beard, Brian with the bread, Brian with the beard bread, Brian with the bread beard? Oh man, was that the first mess up? Dang. Surprisingly, I've lost weight in this Thanksgiving week. Just odd.
I chose to engage the bounty hunter one-on-one.
Right on.
Tell my troops, baby, go relax.
Let me know your
from the Italian job.
Let me know your guys' results in the chat. By the way, you're tasked with building a new Jedi temple. Where do you build it? Let's see. I would probably be on a planet completely untouched by industry. Either that or the mountainous and treacherous planet where it'll be easy to defend. I'll go with that one.
You know what? I'm actually going to the planet located along a major trade route. You know, I don't feel Jedi temples get attacked much. But I don't know, we'll see.
I feel like my reason.
Side note, everyone, I got my desk in today, so I'm going to be building it. I got one of those desks that raise and lower.
Nice.
So that was step one, and then step two is I'm gonna have a treadmill under my desk. So you're gonna see videos where I'm just.
You can do those trending videos where you walk but still. You know the things that was trending a long time ago. Like,
yeah. Actually, but I do think we're gonna use it on videos because I just think it would be something visually stimulating, and people are like, the hell.
Brian would build on any planet with a Starbucks. Pi got Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know if we ever said hi to Alyssa, but thanks for tuning in, Alyssa. You're the best. So the reason I picked the away from industry was primarily because I don't want people, influencing our conversations with the Force.
Yeah.
Who is your ideal Padawan?
I'm going to go with a youngling rejected by everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Quiet and an excellent listener. What is the greatest threat to the galaxy? I'm going to say the Sith.
The Jedi Order losing its connection to the Force.
Oh, did I not read that? Oh, I'm going to stick with the Sith. What is your preferred lightsaber color? Of course, that's orange.
Yellow.
How do you view the Force? Let's see. The sentient will of the galaxy is twice? Is it trying to tell me something? None of these are correct at all. I mean, I guess it's measured in midichlorians, but it's not actually.
No, it's not. It's not the midichlorians, though.
Yeah.
The closest answer is the sentient will of the galaxy.
And you can't really view the Force in balance because it needs to be in balance. What if it's not in balance? Yeah, I guess so.
Starbucks had Life Day cups? That's dope.
What style lightsaber do you prefer? Double-sided. Yep. Or two lightsabers as well. I can go with staff or Eskrima.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I always default to dual wielding whenever I can in anything. But I gotta say, Cane Hilt aesthetic is pretty cool.
Yeah. I wanted to pick black as a lightsaber color, but it wasn't an option. Oh, that's too bad. Kenny got Mace Windu. I'm interested to see what I got. What is your preferred method of transportation? I will just say starfighter, steed. Like you're. Oh man, are we riding into battle on Orbaks or Steelies? Is that what's happening?
Steely's out. Kicking up sparks and just being badass.
Oh man. What did you choose? Steed?
Starfighter.
Yeah. What would you be? What would be?
Vector.
Yeah. What would be a reason you left the Jedi Order? A passive Jedi High Council. Shout out to Voyage of Destruction. That is quite literally one of the reasons my character is spurred to action. And the first episode is on Darth Choco's YouTube channel right now.
Yeah. Actually, has anyone here checked it out at all? I realize I haven't done any. I want to take some snippets of it so I can post them from time to time. I've just been at Comic-Con all day. But has anyone checked it out?
Let us know. Galactic Mermaid got Anakin. Should she be worried, or should they be worried? No,
Yes.
I'm gonna say no, because there's certain ways you can be Anakin without, like, there's certain caveats with Anakin, yes, but there's certain ways you can relate to him, like fundamentally. That's not inherently like
That's true.
Darth Vader.
I chose serving politicians over people.
Yeah, passive Jedi High Council. What is your preferred type of droid, Astromech?
Okay, so if I could choose any droid, it would be. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what it doesn't classify, but Iden Versio's droid, that was created by Del Mico. the hovering little mini drone guy. Like, it just seems like the best possible configuration for a droid.
Yeah.
It flies out, it does stuff, it goes and lands on your back. Like, how do you beat that?
So that would probably be a droid with a unique personality as the closest thing. St. Pat has watched it. It's awesome. Connor has seen it. Right on.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for checking it out. It's oh man, it was so much fun, and there'll be more to come.
Absolutely. Alyssa would like a droid like BD1. Yeah. I primarily want an astromech droid because they can hack anything. They have terminals for astromechs in every single computer. I don't know why. Like, hey, how can we increase security? Let's put an astromech port in there.
Yeah, it is kind of troubling. It's like if every secure building just had like USB ports that anyone could just download anything they wanted.
The entrance to a secure facility has a USB port on the keypad. Brian watched half of it. Very good so far. I'm glad you're enjoying it. What is your style of lightsaber combat? Mine would definitely be defensive or slow and methodical.
Slow, methodical, or strength based.
I'm going slow and methodical. I got Mace Windu. Don't get Yoda. If you get Yoda. Did you get Yoda?
I got Yoda.
Oh my gosh. It's like a reversal of like who we represent in the Dyad logo that we have. We have Mace and Yoda in the Dyad logo. And the Yoda is supposed to be me. Alyssa got Yoda too, right on.
I just sent you the screenshot for proof.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
oh man. Scomp links are vital. Connor got Yoda. Definitely. St. Pat got Yoda. Awesome. Okay, so
you know what? I'm gonna start making some of these quizzes because I feel like I could do a better job. You know?
Yeah. I feel like they just have like, I don't know who, like what Jedi are in this pool of results that they could pull from. But I would love to do a High Republic quiz with my own interpretation of choice.
Darthman 86. You haven't seen it yet? Well, you gotta check it out. I mean, it's just a bunch of people having a lot of fun. So like, if you enjoy that, but I don't know. I want everyone to experience it because I kid you not, there are twists. I feel bad for Malik because he had to pull many audibles. We did not play his campaign as he intended at all, and there were some really big twists and turns.
Yeah. So the next couple of topics is just gonna be melded into each other. So in this interview, there is at least some speculation that Ahsoka will begin principal photography in March. And we still do not have a Lucasfilm confirmation as to Natasha Liu Bordizzo playing Sabine, but I think we can call that confirmed. I hate to confirm it without Lucasfilm, but I feel like Variety and Deadline and what is it, Deadline?
Yeah. And they aren't. We got this covered. So that's who I normally point of breaking scoops that aren't scoops.
Yeah. And it's just fascinating. So what we're going to have is we're going to have Book of Boba Fett in December, and that is going to go into how do you get Mace with slow and methodical? So Mace is not aggro at all. So Vopad is an aggressive form, but or not Vopad.
Mace is all based off of feedback from, you got to throw something at him first. That's his whole deal.
So what I meant was, so Vopad is based off of Juyo, and Juyo is the aggressive form that a lot of Sith prefer, and Vopad is based off of like the fundamentals of Juyo, but the way that Mace uses it is very methodical. He needs, as Choco said, he needs feedback and the person's own darkness for him to kind of make decisions. And in Legends, he's even more methodical because he would have Shatterpoint. And even though Shatterpoint is canon, we don't know if Mace has that ability in canon. So I'd say he's slow and methodical for sure. So we have Book of Boba Fett in December, and that's gonna go into Obi-Wan. And if they start filming Ahsoka in March, we're gonna need another show, and I think it's gonna be Andor, right? Because Andor's wrapped.
Andor's wrapped, yeah.
So Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Andor, and then when Andor is airing, they'll be filming Ahsoka. What comes after Andor? Mandalorian?
Bedor. Bedor.
Mandalorian season 3, maybe.
Probably.
Because they are in the middle. They're in the middle of filming Mandalorian season 3 right now. They're wrapped on Obi-Wan and Andor, and they're going to film with Ahsoka. So if we're following this, it is Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Andor, Mandalorian season 3, and then Ahsoka by the end of 2022, depending on how quick they, get through principal with Ahsoka. What comes after Ahsoka?
Be Ahsoka. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Brandon's phoning it in right now.
Yeah, it's just you keep using ones that start with the letter A, and
I can't help
just
it.
pick the next letter. No, I really don't know though. I mean, we hopefully the Acolyte
or not Bacolite.
No, you are speaking my language.
You're right, because I didn't understand what you just said there. Chris is not here. We need a crumb of Lando. That's all. That is true, but we don't know anything about Lando, when it's set to film. We don't even know when is Bad Batch in production? 'Cause I know that's animated, so they don't really have to shoot principal for that.
Yeah, well, we don't know. I mean, they literally could start that at any. I don't believe there's been no announcement saying that it's in production. So I would say no, but we know that it's greenlit. We know it's coming, and I would be shocked if people aren't already drawing up storyboards.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, man, this next year is going to be filled with Star Wars. And if you thought you couldn't keep up now, you're not going to be able to. I'm personally going to have the toughest time trying to keep up with everything coming out, especially if they have movies intertwined with them, because this is, relative to our next topic, the future of Star Wars, where we're supposedly the Rogue Squadron got delayed. Rian Johnson's trilogy might have been shelved, but we still have Taika Waititi and Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron. Even though it was delayed, it's still there. And Kevin Feige's movie. And I kind of just want to take a moment to talk about what you guys in the chat and what Choco thinks about Taika Waititi's movie. I know I've said it in the past that given the treatment of the logo where it looks all prehistoric and rocky and stuff, that I feel like we're due for a Dawn of the Jedi type of storyline where we're reaching back into the 25,000 years of history. But it could also be Old Republic. What do you think is going to happen with Taika, and what do you think is the most fitting for Taika? And you two in the chat, guys, let us know what do you want from Taika Waititi.
I want Taika Waititi to do a pirates in space movie. I just his sensibilities and comedy. I want to see like rival pirate gangs. Okay. I want a heist movie in Star Wars. One of the factions that are trying to break in is like a pirate gang, and then the other ones are like smugglers, and it's like a race to get it. And somehow, these bumbling like drunk pirates led by Hondo are somehow like keeping up with everyone, and no one really gets it, but it's because it's Hondo. Yeah. That's what I want. But I would also love if we all know Star Wars has been trying to produce content for everyone, like simultaneously, and they could take that up a notch. What if they take this full shotgun approach, and like you said, Taika is Dawn of the Jedi, Ryan is Old Republic, and we get a High Republic, and like they shoot movies out from all of the eras of Star Wars.
Yeah. And Cora makes a great point as well. I do want to echo this. It's been hard keeping up with Wheel of Time, Cowboy Bebop, and Hawkeye. Also adding to that, I'm watching Foundation, Invasion, and K-dramas to cover on Watching Sundays. We've been covering Hellbound, which is a great show. It's 6 episodes. I highly recommend that if you want to watch something with the wifey. Yeah, it's tough.
I'll have to look it up, and I can't do it. I haven't even started Wheel of Time.
It's really good.
I'm just keeping up with Young Justice, which is the best thing coming out of DC, bar none. If you haven't watched Young Justice, we're in season 4 right now. Imagine it starts out, like with the kids, and it's kind of Teen Titans like, but it's way more mature, and this show has the ability to be dark without being unneededly edgy. People will die, and those deaths have consequences. You can catch up with someone 10 years later, and they're still reeling from those effects. It reimagines and modernizes characters without altering them. Like, the reimagined stories are kind of better than the previous ones. It's perfect. So yeah, that and Hawkeye are what really has my attention right now. But I also have acquired Foundation. So
you've acquired Foundation. It's been a long time coming because not a lot of people cover Asimov's sci-fi. It's usually Herbert and who's the other dude? He was another American sci-fi writer that I'm not even gonna try to remember. But you acquired it. Are you watching Foundation?
I have not started it yet.
It's really good. It's really good.
So that I need to start Ted Lasso. People have been raving about that to me, and there's a third one from that universe that I need to watch, and now I can't think of the name of it, but I'll say it when universe? I do. From the Apple TV thing.
Dr. Brain? Invasion? C?
No, the one I wanted to look is the guys from is Mythic Quest. Mythic Quest is.
Oh.
Is it any good? You look disappointed.
No, I haven't watched it. But I will check it out. There's a lot of shows that are taking up my bandwidth. Wheel of Time is so you should watch it. You should watch Wheel of Time. We'll talk about all that stuff in our open forum.
Just real quick, Mythic Quest is like a behind this. It's about the people who are behind like the largest multiplayer video game, and it's like a workplace comedy with people from It's Always Sunny and like Danny Pudi and stuff like that.
Oh, so The Office, but like the Guild at the same time.
The Office, the Guild, but you're like the makers of it. So also Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, got it. Okay, let's catch up with the chat. St. Pat says Taika needs to be doing a High Republic movie, and I actually agree with him. He brings up a great point, because in tandem with what you were saying about a pirate heist movie, he could do a High Republic one, and I'm just imagining what Taika could do with the Nile. And some of the comedic stuff that he could do with Markion and all of the Tempest Runners and like their banter with each other, it would just be like effortless for him. Pi says a KOTOR movie or show would be the best thing ever. I would love a show. Man, the world has changed so much where it's like you prefer shows to movies. More so for like long form storytelling, right? Because we really can't be like movie 1, we meet Revan and Bastila. Movie 2, they find out they have a connection. In movie 3, you speed through every single thing that you do in between and be like, hey, we're on the Starforge.
Also, I don't know, this could just be me, but I don't feel like long form stories like that or stories that you play in games like that, I don't know if they work. I mean, they might, but since it's a self-insert, I think that's why we get so invested. It's because we are making the decisions, we are crafting our experience. My time playing through it is not the same as Pep's time playing through it. We both loved it. We probably loved different things. No, we probably loved the same. It was probably the exact same playthrough, but that's not normal.
Well, what I can say is I was Asian and you were black.
True. This is true.
But just to kind of like leave the interpretation a little bit open, maybe Pi is like thinking of a Knights of the Old Republic movie, not necessarily like the movie adaptation of KOTOR. Like maybe we get like an Old Republic about Jedi Knights and stuff. Maybe follow Vandar. Is that his name? The Yoda. What was his name?
Oh yeah, Vandar.
X-Core also wants Taika to do a Hondo movie or show, I guess. Kenny also wants a Hondo movie. Right on. Galactic Mermaid says it would be interesting to see how this style applies in the High Republic because the era seems so classy in some ways. Absolutely. Let's see here. Pi says Wheel of Time is great. Yes. X-Core says going to suggest Taika to do a Jedi origin story. So the Dawn of the Jedi for sure. So quick question for the chat and quick for anyone in the know, especially for Choco. Would you want a Jedi origin story or Dawn of the Jedi to be an adaptation of Dawn of the Jedi, or would you want them to make like a canon version of their origins? Like, would you want the Call of Thoyor? Would you want what the hell is the guy's name? From the Rakata Empire.
So yeah, I did not really enjoy Dawn of the Jedi. The book. Just running around force punching people and animals. It was kind of weird. There's a lot of really just odd choices in the book, but also there's a lot of things that just don't work in canon in that book too.
Yes.
So no, I want something better. Yeah,
I loved.
They can do much better.
I loved the Call of Thoyor, but what I don't like is like all they did was create like a Hogwarts and made it like really like ancient and archaic and be like, we're the Jedi, it's like they had different branches of schools of thought studying in different parts of the temples, and I'm just like, what? This isn't like Defense Against the Dark Arts. Come on, let's all start meditating with the Force and starting to learn how to use this sensitivity, this newfound kind of connection to this Force. I want to see the first Jedi coming to terms or reconciling or rationalizing what they sense and what they see, like the luminous patterns in the world, and they're like, what am I seeing? You know, instead of like a show about the first temple, the first school, and people already knowing about the Force, right? Wouldn't it be cool to follow somebody that was just like, what is this? What's going on? Like, what do I feel right now?
So you have exactly described what I think needs to be a show. I think we need to follow Zine. The show needs to be Zine's show. And so you get tossed into like if we just got the High Republic Adventures comics as is, but from Zine's point of view, I think that would be incredible. Someone who's just finding out their relationship to the Force. They haven't really been using it, but it's all there, and they're jumping into something that's already established.
Yeah.
Right? You have Lula, that's your friend, but also a rival, but one that pushes you to be better. But your true best friend is on the other side of the conflict, and you get to watch, these people become family, and then you got to watch them develop, and then you get to watch someone's mask break, and then they go God mode. The hell, man!
Yeah. Pi says it's true about KOTOR. Both y'all points were facts. Pi was an Asian lady. Right
on. Court in the High Republic.
Yes, the latest
High
issue.
Republic Adventures. If you have seen the latest issue, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but like, it's good.
Don't.
Read it. Read the latest issue because he's so cool, man.
They did canonize Von Dune crabs, right? That is that
was my only recollection of them, but
yeah. I have not read Dawn of the Jedi, so I'm just gonna see what everyone else has to say. We don't want Dawn of the Jedi. When I say I want a Jedi origin story and I say Dawn of the Jedi, I want the title to be Dawn of the Jedi. I do not want it anywhere near the Dawn of the Jedi books or comics.
I don't think they should use the Dawn of the Jedi title because there's already enough. Okay, so
The Force begins. No, that's too Nolan.
Here's something I've noticed in the Star Wars community is after having like longer form discussions, because we had Boba Fett on last week. Awesome discussion because she read a lot of expanded universe stuff. The same thing with now I can't remember her name. Anyways, I found that a lot of the people that really love the EU mostly love the spirit of it because they haven't actually read the books. We've read synopsises, not the actual books themselves, and they're all amazing in synopsis. But I think that group is loud enough so that if you name something Dawn of the Jedi and don't follow the story, people will riot.
That's true.
Even if they haven't read Dawn of the Jedi.
So what would you name it then? What's the name of the origin story of the Force? Origin of the Force. That's staring right. Oh man, I like Ways of the Force too, St. Pat.
You know what I would like? And as soon as I say this, you're gonna know exactly where I'm going with it. The Rising Tide. I want to find out that a lot of the Force sensitive groups in Star Wars all have a common origin.
Yeah.
And as their understandings and things have changed and sex broke out and went different ways. Some people, saying we shouldn't use it. Some people saying, whatever. But I feel like the people who view it as the tide could be the originators. But since they aren't ones that they don't want to use it actively. I think people could branch off of there because they wanted to help and do the most good. I think another culture should predate the Jedi.
Are you wanting like a Rakata? Or are you suggesting like the canon origin is like the Zepho?
I mean, I feel like ricotta doesn't have as much flavor. I mean, I use it when I'm cooking like rigatoni, but other than that, different ricotta. Gotcha.
Yes.
No, I do love the concept of the ricotta. I just feel like it has to be handled with great care.
Yeah. Pi says, if it shows how they found out about it, the way they interpret the Force could be a good thing or a bad thing. Who knows? The Sith could have the right meaning behind the Force the whole time. So, no. We actually do have, we actually do have canon information as to, the first Jedi that were exiled to Korriban. But we don't have the detailed stories. We just know that that they wanted to pursue the dark side, and then by name alone we have canon 100-Year Darkness, the Jedi Sith War, the Hyperspace Wars. A lot of things from the Old Republic are canon in name right now. It all just depends on what the stories entail. But I would love a story, even if it's about Zine, or if it's about the origin of the Force, where someone for the first time feels it and senses it, and then tries to use it for selfish purposes, and that leads to the first ever fall. But there's millions of ways they can go with the origin story of the Force.
Yeah. I feel it's tough. It's tough because the things that I'm imagining are not things that can be discovered in a lifetime. You would have to spend a lifetime trying to learn this stuff and then finding out, nope, that didn't work.
Danny Caraher says, I'm unfollowing Choco for the ricotta joke.
I get it. I get that.
I would too, if he wasn't a dyad.
I've unfollowed myself.
See, if I were to say ricotta, then he would know. See, I'm a stickler for pronunciations. We can name it Tython's Call. No, because Octo is the first Jedi Temple in canon. It was the first one in Legends.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Temple.
Oh, that's true.
I'm just saying. Things can and should predate the Jedi, because our understanding in Star Wars and the Force is that the Jedi generally have the right idea. They are on the path of right. I want to see what it took to find that out.
Yeah. Although I feel like the origin of anything that's going back with 25,000 years or maybe even earlier, I don't even think. No, the earliest canon date we do have is 25,000 years. But I wouldn't want them to involve anything like Tython. I kind of feel like if we're gonna go Zepho, if we're gonna go, maybe even the Force Planet itself. I mean, of course we have to see the Force Planet. Season 7 of Clone Wars, when Serenity's this is the birthplace of midichlorians, and you're okay, well, we gotta start there. We gotta start there.
You know what? Actually, here's what needs to happen. We do need to get George back in the mix, and I want to get his Osmosis Jones microverse film I mean, that's what I want. I know he has some super weird stuff planned. I want to explore that as weirdly as possible in animation.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know a lot about Star Wars besides movies and video games. Don't apologize for that.
Probably no. There's a community. All are welcome. You know.
Absolutely.
I recently did a whole thing just talking to people that just found Star Wars through, the pandemic that's going on, and they are just as passionate and amazing about it. Like, I would never in 1,000 years have guessed that Camilla, Buttico Wookiee, was new to Star Wars. That's why I didn't ask her to be on the panel. That was shocking.
Who else were you talking to, or who else did we just find out that they? No, I just found out. So I was watching LJ Afra's stream on Twitch. LJ Afra, if you're not following her on TikTok, she's amazing.
She's awesome.
She was streaming on Twitch, and she just said she just like became a fan in like 2018.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
That is surprising.
And then like, it was the movies first, and then for some reason she got enamored by Dr. Afra and like read all of that stuff, and then she became LJ Afra. So, you're talking to two lore masters here that just teach people about Star Wars. So, for all intents and purposes, our content hinges on people not knowing about Star Wars. So, don't apologize for that.
It's true,
And we would never drag you, or we would never ostracize you for not knowing about Star Wars. We're all about letting people or teaching people about Star Wars, canon information, correcting misinformation, and just promoting a community where we can all celebrate Star Wars. So if you're new, if you're old, you're always welcome. St. Pat says, I like how the Jedi started out in the Outer Rim and moved in, got problems, and when the stories moved back to the Outer Rim, they healed. That's why I wanted to build my temple on a planet away from industry. Danny says, give me the power of the small force ability to have the most out-of-place Ant-Man hijinks possible. Small force ability? Power of the small? Is that what you're calling it? Like force shrink? Force polymorphism?
I just think of like the weird comic where Superman had that ability and he could generate smaller Supermen, but they were still as strong as him, and so he had to like fight them all. So stupid.
Wait, can Kamala traditionally make herself smaller with her abilities?
Yeah, she can go smaller. She can grow in size. Yeah, being a polymorph, and not a damn genie.
Phenomenal cosmic powers. Nico Skywalker is brand new too. Okay, that's what I was also thinking about as well. There's a lot of people who are new. There's a lot. See, this is why we're like, there's no better time to be a Star Wars fan, because I've met so many people that have become fans in the last year or two, or even just off of the sequels. And why, like, what benefit do we have of just being like, no, you don't belong here? Like, get off your high horse. We're all fans. Before Master and Apprentice last year, I had never read a book. And see, that's another thing. We're getting a lot of people to read books too. I like, for the life of me, the delta of people I know that read books before TikTok to like now, going through my For You page and seeing new content creators popping up reading books that have like 2 followers, the delta is like 500%. Before, it was only Choco and maybe I only knew Choco as like a book reader. Really. That's it. It's crazy.
find friends that read the books, because they're the best. The book reading fans are the best fans, because you actually have to put effort into it. You can't just like it doesn't just happen to you. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you can watch a movie and check out like mentally, but if you're like,
I've spoken to those people.
But if you mentally check out of the book, you are not going to comprehend anything because the book doesn't move without you. The movie does, right? The images are moving pictures, so things are going to progress whether you like it or not. Whereas in the book, you're just you have to be an active participant. Alyssa has been a fan since The Mandalorian came out in 2019. So did you become a Star Wars fan just off of Mandalorian, Alyssa? We're in open forum, guys. Let's go to open forum. We're running out of time here for this episode of Dyad of the Force, but just say something in the chat and we'll talk about it. And I'll get us started. Hawkeye is really good. When I watched the first episode, I was like, I am so glad there's a second episode right now. You know, and I had a certain level of hype with Loki and WandaVision. I was looking forward to each subsequent episode, but this one, after watching episode 1, I was like, I want the next one. And then after watching episode 2, I was like, I gotta wait. Like, it's gotten really, it has surprised me actually.
Yeah, no, Hawkeye is because I've already watched the first 2 episodes twice because I watch them at midnight and my wife does not, but I watch it with her as well. It's really good. It's really solid, and like, it's funny because I find myself having a hard time making content about it. Because it's like it just does all the things and not too much extra, but it does them all well. I'm really excited that we got Maya Lopez in there. That's really cool. And I know they have to be bringing Vincent D'Onofrio back. I know it in my bones. I can feel it. The vibe was him, you know, and so that really excites me as well.
Off topic, what does it take to qualify as a lore master? It's not a title that you qualify for. You just kind of like, hey, I like studying lore. I'm a lore master. So the master, I guess, is the part that kind of confuses people. It's like, oh, you need to be a certain kind of like level. But if you attribute yourself as a lore master, the only thing you really kind of need to do is just to study the lore and kind of keep up with the lore as it's updated, you know? That's all.
Yeah, and you have to, I think a big thing is you have to be able to admit when you're wrong. and because like you have to want to learn. That's really what it mostly comes down to, in my opinion, that, you know, if you get new information, you accept that new information and you assimilate that new information.
Yeah.
You know, I have Galactic Mermaid is in the chat. She corrected something I said. You know, I gave the wrong age for Obi-Wan becoming a Padawan. I thought it was 17, but that was something else. He became a Padawan at 12. What was that, 17? Something else was at 17. Anyways.
Didn't he become a Padawan at 14?
It was 12.
Okay.
But yeah, that being said, you know, you have to want to gain new information and accept new information as it comes. I think that's the most important part. There's a lot of times where like, no, this is what it is because that's what and you're like, no, we have more information now.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to look at the new information, then you can't.
Your firmware must be upgradable. And I kind of liken it like, not to like the profundity of it, but I liken it to scholars in academia who are always just like debating with each other and just talking about the maths and the equations and stuff and just like what works, you know? Where, I mean, when we talk about lore, we talk about like interpretations as well, but You know, there are certain things that we adhere to, and this is something that I kind of want to put out there as well, like repeatedly, is that the only importance from Legends to canon is just knowing what information set you're working with. So when we say that's not canon, it's not like, oh, Legend sucks. It's just like, well, no, we are talking about a canon thing right now. We need to work with canon information. And if we're talking about the Old Republic and we're talking about Revan, then yes, we'll use Legends continuity. So whenever we separate the two, it's always just to establish what we're working with.
Also, let me also give you the most important rule of being a lore master. Use actual sources. Yeah. Use so like you can't if you only read articles that other people have written about these things and you don't go to the actual source. Yeah, that's because you're not getting the lore. You're getting someone's interpretation of the lore.
Yeah. That's particularly important. Because even if we have a source, right, you're going to have an interpretation of that source. Especially if it's not like an explicit, statement.
Like, I try my hardest to share news very plainly and unbiased, but it's definitely not going to be perfect. I always try to show you, like, hey, this is where I'm getting this from and stuff,
Yep. Alyssa saw The Mandalorian, then watched through all of the movies before going to see The Rise of Skywalker in theaters. Wow. That's a lot of effort. I applaud you for that. Especially to do it so that you're in time to see Rise of Skywalker in theaters. That's crazy. The only problem with reading the books is I'm hella dyslexic and the words in Star Wars have crazy spelling. So Pi, audiobooks. Audiobooks. They're amazing. Audiobooks are incredible. Choco is probably 90% audiobook.
Yeah, close to it. I get mad because I got this they sent me the Timothy Zahn book.
Good night, Alyssa.
Early, but it was the physical book. And I was like, man, I gotta take time to read this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't turn it on and edit a video while I'm listening to it because that's how my mind works best.
Absolutely. And then she binged Clone Wars up to season 7 was coming out. Man, it's just
like great. Did you do Rebels as well? Are you done with Rebels?
Well, she's going to eat dinner, so we're gonna have to pick this conversation back up when we can. Maybe on Cal's streams because Alyssa likes to hang out there. Alyssa's everywhere now. She's Julia 2.0. Danny says The Force Unleashed 2 is downloading on my PC as I type this. I know it's not great, but it's been forever since I played a Star Wars game and I wanted to play something new. Well, I mean, if you want to play a Star Wars game that's new, Legacy of the Sith is coming out next month. And we are going to be playing it for sure.
Definitely.
But yes, you're right. Force Unleashed 2 is not good. I'm just kidding. I shan't say anything about that game. Yeah, never mind. Expert Gabriel Skills enjoys Hawkeye. Did you have something to say about that? No. The Force Unleashed 2. You look like you wanted to say something.
Oh, yeah. Just that. I haven't done it yet, but I paid $5 to join someone's Patreon because they did some shaders and stuff for Force Unleashed 2, and it looked amazing. Like the screenshots looked like a brand new modern game for Force Unleashed 2. So I subscribed so I could download it, but I haven't actually used it because I haven't had time to play any damn games recently.
That's true.
No, the only games I've played have been with you.
And that's when I go, time to shoot people, and you're like, nah. So you can get on once or twice. That's all.
It's like I want to, but man. Also, I'm trying to get on a daily upload schedule. I'm almost where I need to be though.
Right,
we're
on.
getting good. We're getting real good.
X-Screamer says, I certainly enjoy Hawkeye. I really do wish they just dropped the series, though. I enjoy getting the whole story and not having to wait. You know what? I will agree with you on that, right? Like, for this series, because I really want more immediately. It's that good. It's got that Falcon and Winter Soldier type of, like, everything is happening and you know what's happening and there's no, like, who is Mephisto type of things at the end of it.
I feel like I feel like the geek community has ruined dropping things like that. You know, like if you going episode by episode, you let it simmer, and you feel the weight of it. I feel like, you know, us as content creators, because you're always chasing the latest story. If it drops all of it, then you have to stop what you're doing, binge the whole thing, and then make 1,000 videos, and then everything is uncovered, and then there's Screen Rant articles that are all wrong. Screen Rant's terrible, but it's like, I don't know, it's like half ruined. Galactic Mermaid, you heard that they censored Zienda saying ass in Lesser Evil. I still have not listened to Lesser Evil. I should buy it and re-listen to it as well, because even though I have it, I still like to support them and give them money.
Yeah. Hi, Haley. Thank you for tuning in. How was your day going? How was your Thanksgiving? How are you enjoying Thrawn Ascendancy? How does it compare to the first canon trilogy? I'm in the middle of book 2, Greater Good, so I'll let Choco take this.
No, I'm more interested in what you have to say since you're in the middle of it.
I like it more than the first trilogy thus far. I like the time period that we're at. I love how in depth we're getting with the Ascendancy. And I keep on going back to this, but I just love Aralani and just like,
yeah, I call her Admiral Step on me. Yeah, you know, I have mixed feeling. I enjoy it better. I will say I can say that blanketly. I really enjoyed. I guess apparently not everyone did, but the third of the Thrawn canon, the first trilogy. But this, I love the world building. Like, I want to spend time in the Ascendancy. When we were making our characters for the RPG, I was so enthralled by the unique, like, idiosyncrasies of the Chiss Ascendancy that I just had to make a character there. It's so different than anything we're used to that I'm just fascinated.
It's so complex.
So the world building is outrageous in that trilogy of books. Outrageous. They don't get to rely on the tropes and things that we already know. They even have to use different words and stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. Electrostatic barriers are different than deflector shields. You know, they have different technology that breacher missiles and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool.
Only game I've played lately is FF14. I play that a lot while watching YouTube. Pie, K-dramas, K-pop, Final Fantasy 14, Star Wars. Yo.
Did you just become best friends?
I don't know. Like, what you doing Saturday? I'm just kidding. Yes, I played Final Fantasy 14 too. I left after Shadowbringers, but dang, you're just hitting all of the right notes.
What do you want to say to Joe Biden right now?
Yo,
take me out to
dinner, man. Danny says the weekly release means more people enjoy the finale at once. That's true, but this is what I wanted to echo as well, because like I'm covering Hellbound, which is a K-drama that all dropped, and we had to film 6 episode reactions. Me and my brother had to sit, not like through and through, but we had to film for 6 hours to get all of those episode reactions in a weekend, because we had to be timely about it, right? So if it comes out weekly, we can do weekly reactions. It's easier on content creators if you do weekly drops. instead of everything.
I could, so maybe this is why I really want Kingpin to show up, because I do feel like Hawkeye of all of the series is the one that could have dropped all at once, because it feels kind of like that Netflix universe. But at the same time, like Loki couldn't have dropped at once. You needed a break to let it all simmer,
But I kind of feel like Disney Plus, and in some cases Amazon now with Wheel of Time, they're normalizing that weekly TV schedule on streaming platforms now. And Netflix, for a while, has been doing weekly with its K-dramas that we see, that I've been watching. But more or less, like the high-profile ones usually drop all at once. But I feel like people are gonna more and more stick to weekly, just so that they can, just so they can ration out their content that they have across the year.
Well, also it really does help us as fans too. Like, if Mandalorian dropped all 8 episodes, you'd watch it in one weekend and like, what's next?
Yeah.
Hey Jesse, what's next? Like, there's this thing. Well, okay. Side note: I also started watching Arcane. So that's the other thing that I'm watching. Arcane on Netflix. And I don't play League of Legends.
I've never played Legends.
I don't play it. I don't enjoy MOBAs particularly, but it's really well done. It's really good so far. I've only seen the first 3 episodes, so I would definitely say to watch it. And the universe that they're setting up is fascinating. Like, the universe is like, I'm already like, okay, so I'm gonna need to do a tabletop RPG in this universe. But that being said, with us fans, I almost feel like I've been thinking about an analogy that we're getting so much more content than we've ever gotten, and we're already spoiled. Like, we're already like, it's not enough. When's the next one? Like, before, we had to wait 3 years between movies.
Yeah.
And that's it. and that's all we got. From 1977 till 2008, we got 6 movies and the Clone Wars movie.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time. And now we get like a couple things, 2 to 3 things a year, and we're like, why are they going so slow? Disney sucks.
Xcore also says weekly drops are a way to make sure people don't watch a whole show on a free trial. I feel that. I signed up to Apple TV Plus trial. I was like, I want to watch all of Invasion. Nope. But I also feel like additionally helping us out as fans is it kind of curates the conversation around the show, because like it would suck if like throughout 1 week of like hype, people are all talking about different things, right?
And it also gives them more reason to put like subtle details and Easter eggs and things that you'll notice in one episode, but you won't notice if you watch. Like, I don't know if you try to binge the Marvel Netflix shows, but you won't squeeze every detail out of each episode. You're gonna fall asleep during random bits, and like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. Yeah, I know. I think it's better personally.
There's actually some research that people rate shows better after watching it weekly instead of binging it, so I guess it really is better for the brain. Probably. I mean, like, I just feel like it helps with the pop culture conversation. If, like, throughout the week waiting for the next episode, all everyone is talking about is what happened on that episode. Versus if, like, the whole season dropped, you would have people on 3 episodes, on 4 episodes, on 6 episodes, and then who had watched the entire series, and everyone's just talking about different things, trying to avoid spoilers for different people. Right? So if everyone at least watches the 1 episode that drops that 1 week, everyone's talking about what happened in that 1 episode. And if they hadn't watched that 1 episode, they're only they're only avoiding spoilers for one episode. Welcome to the show, R. Rosado. I don't think you've been here before. Thank you for tuning in. In the lockdowns, I rewatched Rebels. My son kept asking questions pertaining to the show. I made him watch the series. We ended up finishing in 7 days. Chopper is his favorite. Thank you for everything y'all do. Oh, thank you very much. Chopper is his favorite. You have a murderous son.
That means your kid is anarchy.
Yeah.
Anarchy. I don't know what it means, but I love saying it.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I love Chopper as well.
Okay, so we are just about out of time for Dyad in the Forest. Is there anybody else that wants to talk about something really quickly before we wrap things up? Choco, anything you want to cover? Anything you want to bring up before we end things really quickly? And hello to Cal4 as well. Thank you for tuning in. I just saw you wave up there.
The only thing I want to cover is just to, myself, Element 7 here, Cal4, who was just waving and posting chaos in the chat, Shaylo Ren, one of my personal favorite content creators. We had Malik, we had JB, who y'all probably don't know because he doesn't really make content, and B Dazzler Brooke of Far Far Away Factory. Had such a good time playing that RPG. We'd love if you check it out, and leave a like, leave a comment, leave a share, because like if we get a good response, we're gonna make more of these. And yeah, that's all I really want to plug. It was a lot of fun, but I want to know that it's that y'all are enjoying coming along for the ride with us.
Absolutely. Is there room at the D&D table? DePaul says there might be. I mean, we'll have to think about like the future stories and where this one shot is relative to what kind of campaign it can turn into, and different stories too. We might even do some stories ourselves as soon as we kind of grasp the nature of DMing and stuff. It's always like my greatest fear in thinking about DMing is not the storytelling part. I got that on lock. It's the grading or the gradation of success and failure. So someone rolls like a 16 and they need a 20 for success. I'm like, what does that mean? I need a DM to tell me what a 16 means and a 20. What happens in this scenario? So stuff like that we need to kind of like iron out and get experience under our belt in DMing. But you guys should definitely check out the first episode, Voyage of Destruction, on Darth Choco's channel, youtube.com/Darth Choco. Yeah, we will also be there's a lot more content coming down the pipeline in terms of like this tabletop RPG thing that we're doing. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to Choco's YouTube channel. X-Core Gamer Cell says, wrap up, watch Wheel of Time, you won't regret it. Absolutely, I agree 100%. Pi says, okay. I just want to say thanks for all the stuff y'all do. You are welcome, and we appreciate you just as much.
Definitely.
And Cal volunteers to explain roles. We will need like a night of just like how to DM. Basically, because I have a lot of stories and campaigns that I would love to bring players through. I have a lot of voices. I really want a villain that sounds like Nicolas Cage, and just do like a Con Air campaign or steal a Declaration of Independence.
I asked for a link. Yeah, I can grab one, provided that it's cool with my Dyad over here.
Yeah, for sure. Drop the link. Yeah, so Choco's gonna drop that link to the Voyage of Destruction episode 1 for the RPG that we did, but we are out of time, and that'll wrap things up for episode 54 of Dyad in the Force. I am Element 7, lore master to learn Star Wars faster.
And I am Darth Choco, slaying haters like the Darth Lord Vader.
That is the end, guys. On to the next one.
For light and for life,
We are all the Republic.
and may the Force be with you, always.